Join us for sunny beaches and rainy bog as we attempt to hike the Hebridean Way. Just getting to the start of our trek was an adventure in itself, with a spectacular landing on the beach at Barra. However, the rain we could see outside the aircraft did not bode well for our first day. After the bus dropped us off, we walked in the rain around Vartasay, crossed the causeway and then ascended the boggy slopes of Biantangaval and then down to our campsite at Bay Halaman. The next day dawned much brighter, and although still wet underfoot, we hiked briskly to catch the morning ferry to Eriksay, our third island. So Michael, let's get your feelings. We're now on the third island.
I'm looking forward to getting out of the bogs.
It has been wet. Just evidence of what Mike is talking about. We'll do a shot of the feet here, showing these horrible boggy feet. The next 2.5 days were characterised by white sand, blue skies and epic views. The walking was straightforward, and apart from the amazing views, there was plenty else to maintain our interest. From the bird life to relics from Bronze Age through to early Christianity. As the lovely afternoon became a beautiful evening, we neared our destination, the wonderful Gatcliffe Trust Hostel at Howmore. The next morning dawned even more beautiful. Decent paths with sections of boardwalk bypassing the worst of the bog took us past the mountains of South Uist and the Lady of the Isles statue towards our next island, Benbecula. On the way we saw over 60 swans in one small loch. And then shortly afterwards we glimpsed a white-tailed eagle soaring majestically in the blue skies above us. Strong winds and then heavy rain confronted us the next morning as we traversed the shapely peak of Ruaval on our way to Loch Maddie in North Uist via the island of Grimsay. You're walking much quicker for the camera. Well, quick update on progress so far from outside the wonderful hotel in Loch Maddie. You may have noticed we've not been doing a lot of camping the last few days. The reason is the wind has been blowing up a hoolie in the night, and yesterday it was extremely violent. And tonight's going to be the same as well. The plan originally for today was to get over this evening on the ferry to Leverburgh and wild camp on Harris, but there's 4-7 blowing in with rain. That's just going to be unpleasant at best. So we're going to do a shorter walk today, head to the hostel in Hebridean, go over on a boat tomorrow morning, and then things do calm down a bit, and we're going to try and do some camping. But it's been absolutely terrific so far. This is a truly wonderful hotel with super staff. Even yesterday's walk in the rain was spectacular, exhilarating, and the longest day I've ever done on foot with a backpack, 24 miles. So looking forward to another great day, and we'll see what it brings. Do some filming later on.
In the bog there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree. Hey ho, the rally-o, the bog's down in the valley-o. Hey ho, the rally-o.
Mike had a happy little bog song for North Uist, little knowing the horrors that awaited us the next day on Harris. So we'll leave Mike now, content with his song.
And on that branch there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird. Hey ho, the rally-o, the bog's down in the valley-o.
The hostel at Hebridean is another smashing accommodation by the Gatcliffe Trust. We shared the evening in conversation with a Dutch couple before catching an early ferry to Harris the next morning, and that's when the real fun started. So while Mike is behind me wrestling with his nuts, it's not as bad as it sounds, I'm filming here what the Hebridean Council thinks is a really good bit of trail to cross this boggy bit. And here's Mike. Mike, how's your nuts?
Wet.
Welcome to Harris, everybody. So having survived the boggy horrors of the Bialak and the so-called easier going over the top, we can now see the world-class view of the Scarista Sands as we descend towards the sun-kissed Harris west coast. As we pitched up, we got hit by force 7 gales and even heavier rain. A lively night ensued. Not wanting to face waterlogged trails the next day, we decided to bus it to Tarbert, go to a hostel and dry out, and resume the hike from there.
Right.
Oh there.
Thank God.
This was much more like it. The dry day in the mountains on decent trails at last. We had Loch Seaforth in view for most of the afternoon as we made our way steadily north to Lewis, our last island. A final climb took us up through a rare bit of forest, with lovely views from the top, back along Loch Seaforth to the mountains of Harris. We soon descended to what was our last camp, finally enjoying a clear and sunny evening.
Hey, well, this is the end of the road for me. This is where I leave the Hebridean Way and finish the hike. I'm going to go into the next village and catch a bus. We've got a flight tonight. I'm not going to make the bus if I do the next loop, so I'm going to leave the trail here. Mike had to leave a bit earlier. He wasn't feeling great today and his feet are hurting a bit, so I'm meeting him back in Stornoway. Terrific hike. We've hiked every island. I've done about 131 miles, so I'm very, very happy with that. And I'll leave you here with the view that we have as I leave the trail and head down to the bus. Beautiful view over Lewis and looking back to the mountains of Harris. Really nice trail this morning, I'm glad I did it.